I'd like to welcome a CSU alumni, Mayor Wade Troxell. Mayor Troxell and all of the folks at the City of Port Collins have not only partnered with us on numerous events throughout our decade of operation, but they've also helped to make sure that our work has an impact and that we can move beyond talk into actual action in our community. So let's give a warm welcome to Mayor Troxell.
Thank you so much. You know, talking about community, that means so many things, right? I mean, I look at this crowd and I see my life in so many ways of people in this room. I see the church I grew up in, I see the community I grew up in, I see my neighborhood, I see my university that I got my 3 degrees, I've been on the faculty, and I see so many things that are reflective just in this room. And then the intersection of all that is Martine and the Center for Public Deliberation. And what does that say? Well, I have a messy life. And we all live in a messy world, right? And there's the wicked problems that really define everything. And as Tony pointed out in his comments, you know, the university is really set up nicely around disciplines, and then we have core bodies of knowledge, and we have faculty doing specific things. And you know what? The Center for Public Deliberation and what Martine is doing is really the epitome of what the university should be doing. Totally engaged in the community and doing things that really have impact in the community. And I mean community in all the different facets of what is community. You know, I think of a faculty member, and I've always tried to, in my career as a faculty member, really engage at the edge of the university. And it's oftentimes very difficult for a faculty member to do that sort of thing because it's not fully recognized within the academy. I think of Ernest Boyer and Scholarship Reconsidered, Revisited, and it was really envisioning engagement of the faculty and the students and the research in this sort of way where it's not nice and cleanly defined. When you're in the classroom, you're teaching, and when you cross the hall with your white lab coat, you're in the lab. And then when you go out to the service club to give a talk, you're doing your service. It's really engaged in the community, in your scholarship, with your teaching, with your service. And when it's totally blurred, you're actually really accomplishing the purpose, I believe, of what Abraham Lincoln had with the land-grant institution. And that's really to serve the community. And that's what the Center for Public Deliberation has been doing. And so again, looking at the crowd in all the different communities, I see it impacting the civil discourse of our community in all different sorts of ways. So many issues today are framed in terms of a confrontational sort of a way, or two sides, and really a lot of it is, and I've seen this in my role as an elected official, is really we're in agreement 95% of the time. And why can't we have this civil discourse about what that means and how we engage in making our community better for all in all different sorts of ways, but also share opinions and ideas and all those sorts of things. And that is possible. And that is what Martine and the students have been doing, and that's the vision. I participated in one of his workshops this summer, and Martine shared when he was, finished his PhD and working at a national level and coming to the realization that you just won't have an impact, in your career. So really thinking about it down at a local level and in the community in all different sort of way in terms of doing that can truly make a difference, and we're seeing that. In the last couple of days, I've been in different venues down the Colorado Municipal League, and yesterday we had city council members from Colorado Springs here. We talked about the Center for Public Deliberation and the service that it provides to our community. I advocate a lot of times the triple helix, the public sector, the private sector, and the research university, and really coming together in alignment, doing things in ways that are truly transformative. And I think that is happening here with the Center for Public Deliberation. And I also talk about the a university city as a new species of a city. What makes Fort Collins a special place? Well, Fort Collins was founded in 1864, and CSU was founded in 1870. So we're very much joined at the hip right from the very beginning. And sure, it's an institution of higher education, but it's more than that. It's where the teaching, research, and the engagement is a critical part of our community. You know, the students provide an evergreen community with ever fresh 18-year-olds to 24 and so forth. But also, when we can truly engage with our private sector partners and with the university and our public sector, so there's so many ways that the Center of Public Deliberation has come together and engaged and facilitated discussions within our communities on these wicked problems, ones that don't have simple answers. They're not ones that you can convince with facts and that sort of thing, but you really need to have a deliberation, discussion. And I think, what do we get as an outcome of all this? I think we get to a more civil society. And I think we get to a point where it's great in terms of educating our students, but also our community and each other as to how we can have these conversations and get better and do better as a community. So it's really an honor for me, one, to serve as your mayor, but two, to work with Martine and the students and a lot of city staff and people in our community, and really to have these honest conversations in ways that can truly be transformative in our community and make our community better. So I'd just like to thank Martine, and congratulations, Martine, on 10 years, and truly honored to be here and to celebrate with you all today. So thank you very much.